What's up with this? Well, these are all the tiny details that makes a build take forever and to figure out how we need everything to get fitted over there. So as we're going for the OEM route, I want even the radiator hoses look as original as possible. So we're not going braided hoses and AM fittings, we're going original hoses for the looks and feel of this. So I did some research, ordered some hoses. Check, these are little clips backwards from when I figured out how the hoses were going. That was in a previous episode, but didn't fit in that episode, so this is how I did it. Okay, and then I have got two hoses. Outgoing and ingoing. Okay, so this should be the perfect length for the top one, so that's nice. Got the most important papers again. These are the electrics. And this is the hoses. I think that's the right one. I think this just like a couple centimeters. Grab. Okay. And those. Originally. So I think that this one, without any problems, because we need a corner over there. It's all pretty close, but just not perfect yet. With this one, we need to go there, and this one needs to go there. So let me make a game plan for this. I think with the hoses we got, with just some couplings, which we're going to make, we can fit that. So we got almost original looks and hoses. Just some small adjustments, which I will think about it right now. And then can order stuff so we can get that finished in the next episode. And now we just ordered some parts to hopefully get that all fitted in there. So let's start with that. So we got another thing done, and then we will go off to the master brake cylinder and the steering rack, because I want that out of my system as well, so that everything in the front will be ready except for the wiring loom. So okay, the original hose goes like this, and then it goes off to that one, to the little piping we made. This one goes off. Then I've got this one, same size, so this one can replace this. Just a little hose to connect to the radiator inside, and then we should be there. Okay, something new. Was googling around a little bit, and I want to bend the original hoses just a tiny bit. So bought something from the internet, skis. Let's see if we can get it bended a little bit. Well, okay, it goes a little bit harder than expected, but it's shaped more in an angle. So let's see if we are far enough. Well, they didn't tell you that this is going out now. Really rough. They don't tell that. Ah. Fuck you. Okay, on with the final details of the steering rack, because we needed to finish that as well. So adjusted some stuff at the front, so now we should be in the correct height. Okay, little bit difficult to say. Probably some more tests needs to be carried out. At least for my feeling the height is better now. But we still need to test some stuff, but I think that will be better when it's on its wheels and we can turn it with a wheel on. So again, that's on hold for a bit. We're another step closer to the finishing result. And now let's go on with the brake booster to see how much we can win on that. Okay, one more fight with the brake booster. I've got a Mark IV brake booster that's fitting tiny bit better, but I'm not sure how everybody is doing that, but that one is not fitting either with all the space we've got. So we need to figure some more stuff out. If I remove the reservoir and put that on another place, it will fit. So maybe that's in the end the way to go. Let's do some small scrambling around a little bit for the next step. Well, this is another day in paradise. It's all coming on to the details now. The tiny freaking details to make everything fit. We did a big overall fit with the steering rack, with the ABS, because we ended up with some little troubles. So nowadays I'm working on all those final details. And those matters and those take time. But now, hopefully, this time, it is going in for a time that this is the fitment on how it's going to be. Yeah. Okay, it is all in. It's all fitting. Okay, again, one tiny bit. This is corner is 5 millimeters high, but we got some play room in the bracket, so we can lower the bracket a tiny bit and it doesn't hit any other parts then. So that means the engine bay, it is cramped, it is packed, but in my beliefs all the necessary stuff is in, except for one. And that is the wiper washer motor fluid. We need to get a place for that, but there's room. So that should be not too big of an issue. On to the next puzzle. So, okay. Prop shaft center should fit. Prop shaft rear should fit because we made everything in the mold. So 2 of the original prop shafts should fit, and then we've got the Mark IV prop shaft, and I think the short front piece, we need to make that connected to the rally parts, and then we've got our first setup. If this is going to be the end setup, I'm not sure yet, but this is the first start to see the alignment, how we can come all together and how long it's going to be. Alright, it's so nice and funny again. Alright, so the crankcase that I have is of course Audi A3 RS3. And I've got all the parts for my Mark IV Audi TTRS stuff. And of course, that doesn't fit. So what now? So that connection is way different in comparison to this connection for that drive shaft part that I need. So now I need to figure out which part I can get cheap to connect that point. Okay, need to do homework again. So that will be on hold. I wanted to start on measuring that and maybe ship some stuff out to let that be made or connected together. Somebody else is going to connect it. Again, stuck. So just a quick question to you all. I think that's the easiest and the fastest way. Which drive shaft or prop shaft front piece that's the cheapest that we can buy will fit this connection? Because we need to, well, remake it anyways to fit the rest of the Rallye. So we don't need a new one and we don't need an expensive one. Just the cheapest one that will fit this crankcase. So who knows? Hit me up in the comments, like and subscribe to the channel, and let's get some other bits going. Okay, then we're off to the next. So we've got everything in the engine bay done. Everything is in its place, everything is in a good spot, except for power steering pump. Working on that, on ordering one and getting one over here. We've got the pedals all in place, the steering rack is in place, everything is cleared out everywhere. So when we're putting it back together, there will be some details on fine-tuning, but everything is strong, rigid and mounted nicely. So that is on the go. Then we've got all the radiator stuff ready to go as well. Everything is connected. Intercooler, everything is connected. So we've left with the start of the wiring loom. So I'm going to route all the wires in the engine bay, and then we will probably go off to the inside and see how we can connect the fuse box, get all the wires under the dash, see if we have all the computers for a first light up. Okay, the first ideas. We've got our first stuff connected over here. I'm going to get it roughly into place on where everything is going to be. Then I will remove most of the tape and we'll tie it together on where the corners were and where the corners will going to be. Then I can lay everything to the place where we want it to be. And then afterwards we can shorten them, lengthen them and see which steps we need to take and make sure that everything is connected. So, well, just join me on this, removing the tape and getting some wires into place. Well, here you can see some stuff. So it's a UK wiring loom. These are, where are they? These are the stuff for the brakes. So they need to go from there to there and all back to that. But you can see, well, they don't make wiring looms especially really nice. They got all overlengths and stuff. And I want to make sure that my first overlengths will stay in the original spot. So we need to be a little bit careful on how far we take everything out before we're going to create too big of a mess that we don't know where what was. a wire for the brake master cylinder over here. Now it's close by so that it can go off to over there. So later on we can make the right correct lengths, but the junction or the crossover will be around there, so we can make it over the bulkhead or just under the ABS unit straight on to the brake booster. Now the next one is the fluid level, and we've got a lot more to go. So everything, so these came all the way back from there and rewired it so we can shorten them out later on. Now I'm in 90% of the good spots of all the wiring looms. Now we need to work it down a little bit on the frame rails on how it's going to route so that the lengths will be good. Most of the lengths are getting in the good direction now. Let's see how we can make them fit the final pieces. And then a lot of the engine bay is almost into place. Not such a bad mood. Well people, that's it for another episode. We are going strong on the engine bay. Yes, everything is connected, everything is feeling good, and it's feeling we're getting somewhere. Now we're off to the next box. For the interior, we're going to get the interior loom in, fab work everything under the dash, so that will be fitting as well. So that's it for this episode. Next episode, you probably a little bit know what we're going to do. Prop shaft, help me out with that one. More wiring looms in, so we're getting closer. Thank you all for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel, and see you all in the next episode.